Welcome to the lecture number 5. Today we are going to study Sylvester theorem. Now see what is Sylvester theorem. Statement of this Sylvester theorem is if P of A is a polynomial in the form P of A is C0i plus C1a plus C2a square plus and so on ck a to the power k, where A is a square matrix having n eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n, and C0, C1, C2, Cn are constants, and I be the unit matrix of order n, then P of A can be written as, this is the actual statement, it is equal to I is equal to 1 to n P of lambda I into Z of lambda I. Means if we substitute I is equal to 1, we will get P of lambda 1 into Z of lambda 1 plus P of lambda 2, I is equal to 2, so P of lambda 2, Z of lambda 2 plus and so on up to P of lambda n into Z of lambda n. So this is the Sylvester theorem. Now what is Z of lambda n? So Z of lambda I is equal to adjoint of lambda I minus a divided by phi dash of a, and phi of lambda is determinant of lambda I minus a. Now if you observe this statement carefully, what we want here, we want lambda I minus a, not a minus lambda I. So this is the major change in Sylvester theorem. Second thing, P of A is given statement. If we have exponential term, then P of A is our exponential term. If we have trigonometric term, then P of A is our trigonometric term. If we have polynomial term, then P of A will be our polynomial term. So in this way, P of A is our given statement. Second step is, first find out lambda I minus a. Second step is find out its determinant, and by using that determinant find out its eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n. Once we get eigenvalue, then we can find out P of lambda 1, P of lambda 2, P of lambda n by substituting lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 in given statement. Next, to find out Z of lambda, what we want adjoint of lambda I minus a. So find out adjoint of lambda I minus a and find out derivative of this phi of lambda, because this will be the equation in terms of lambda. So find out its derivative with respect to lambda and then put lambda is equal to 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Correspondingly, you will get Z of lambda 1, Z of lambda 2 and Z of lambda n. So in this way, we have to use this Sylvester theorem. Now why we need to study this Sylvester theorem? Because this state that any polynomial or any trigonometric term or any exponential term can be expressed in terms of matrices. So due to that, we can prove any statement, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This we know for angle. But if we want to find out for a particular matrix A, then we can prove this by using Sylvester theorem. So this is the important use. Any polynomial can be expressed in terms of matrices. Okay, so first example is, use Sylvester theorem to show that 2 into sin A is equal to sin 2 into A, where A is given as minus 1, 3 and 1, 1. Now here A matrix is given minus 1, 3, 1, 1. Okay, what we want? We want A minus lambda I minus A. Lambda I minus A means we have to subtract A matrix from lambda I. So lambda into I means identity matrix. So we have lambda 0, 0, 0, lambda 0 and 0, 0, lambda. That is our lambda I. Minus A means what we write first? We write first lambda in diagonal, in front of diagonal element, and then subtract diagonal element from this. So this become lambda plus 1 and this become lambda minus 1, as well as change the sign of non-diagonal element because we are going to subtract it. So it become minus 3 and minus 1. So this is our matrix. Then next is, we want to find out, second step is determinant of A minus lambda I. So determinant of lambda I minus A, not A minus lambda I, is equal to 0. Equation remains same as we have studied. It is for 2 cross 2 lambda square minus S1 lambda plus determinant of A is equal to 0. So equation remains same. Lambda square minus S1 is sum of diagonal element. So sum of diagonal element is minus 1 plus 1 into lambda, plus determinant of A. determinant of A is minus 1 minus 3. It is equal to 0. So this is lambda square minus 1 plus 1 0 minus 4 is equal to 0. Lambda square minus 4 equal to 0. Now first denote it by phi of lambda. Phi of lambda we obtained it as lambda square minus 4. Lambda square minus 4. Now find out its derivative because we need its derivative also. So phi dash of lambda is 2 lambda. But what we want roots of this lambda equation. So lambda is equal to plus and minus 2. Plus minus 2. Or we can write it as plus 2 and minus 2. Okay, so here whatever the roots we obtained, we denote it by lambda 1 and lambda 2 separately. So first root is 2 and another root is minus 2. Second thing is whatever the equation in lambda which we have obtained, write it as phi of lambda, which is lambda square minus 4, and phi dash of lambda become 2 lambda. Now find out one by one what we want first. We want p of lambda 1, then z of lambda 1. So we first find out this z of lambda I. So to find out z of lambda I, it is formula is adjoint of lambda I minus a divided by phi dash of lambda. Phi dash of lambda already we have find out. Now we want adjoint of lambda I minus a. So next step is find out z of lambda. Z of lambda, it is equal to, I am not writing it in lambda is equal to lambda I because it is clear now. So z of lambda is equal to adjoint of lambda I minus a divided by phi dash of lambda. So adjoint of lambda I minus a, that we want first. Adjoint of lambda I minus a. See how to find out adjoint for 2 cross 2 matrix. Interchanging diagonal element and changing the sign of non-diagonal element. So if we interchange diagonal element, this become lambda minus 1 and this become lambda plus 1. Next, changing the sign of non-diagonal element, so it is 3 and 1. Don't change the position, only change the sign. So we obtained z of lambda, which is equal to, and what is phi dash of lambda? It is 2 lambda. So 1 upon, this is lambda minus 1, 3, 1, lambda plus 1 divided by 2 lambda. This is our z of lambda. Now find out one by one. First, z of lambda 1. So lambda 1 is equal to 2 and lambda 2 is equal to minus 2. So z of lambda 1 means z of 2. It is equal to, z of 2 is equal to 1 upon 2 multiplied by 2. In bracket, in matrix, it is 2 minus 1, 3, 1, 2 plus 1. So simplify it further. It is equal to 1 by 4 times 1, 3, 1, 4. 1, 3, 1, 4. Okay. Next, find out z of lambda 2. Z of lambda 2 is equal to z of minus 2, which is equal to 1 upon 2 multiplied by minus 2. In matrix, minus 2, minus 1, 3, 1, minus 2 plus 1. So it is equal to 1 by 4 times 1 by minus 4 times. Minus 3, 3, 1, minus 1. Okay, we obtained z of lambda 1, z of lambda 2. Now next thing is we want P of A. P of A is original statement. Original statement says that we need to prove 2 into sin A is equal to sin 2 into A. So this is our left hand side and right hand side. If we consider left hand side, we need to show right hand side. So you can consider any one of these as P of A. So I am taking left hand side as P of A, which is 2 into sin A. So 2 into sin A. 2 sin A is our P of A. Now P of lambda 1, which is P of 2, which is equal to 2 into sin 2. Next, P of lambda 2, which is equal to P of minus 2. So 2 multiplied by sine of minus 2. What is sine of minus theta? It is minus sine theta. So it is minus 2 sine 2. So we obtain P of lambda 1, P of lambda 2. Next step is use Sylvester theorem. What is Sylvester theorem? How many roots we have here? 2. So Sylvester theorem says that P of A is equal to P of lambda 1 into Z of lambda 1 plus P of lambda 2 into Z of lambda 2. So P of A is 2 sin A is equal to 2 into sin 2. Z of lambda 1 is 1 by 4 times 1, 3, 1, 4 plus P of lambda 2 is minus 2 sin 2 divided by minus 4. It is minus 3, 3, 1 minus 1. Now try to simplify it, which is the common term here, 2 into sin 2 divided by 4. This is common. Now what is the remaining term? 1, 3, 1, 4 minus minus plus minus 3, 3, 1 minus 1. Okay. So 2 by 4. It is equal to sin 2 divided by 2. Sin 2 divided by 2, and this is 1 minus 3 is minus 2, 3 plus 3 is 6, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 4 minus 1 is 3. So you can divide it by 2 also. So this becomes sin 2 multiplied by 2 by minus 2. It is minus 1. 6 by 2 is 3. Then 2 by 2 is 1. And this is 3 by 2. See here, this is 2 plus 1, 3. So this term is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2 and 2 by 2 is 1. So what is this matrix? Minus 1, 3, 1, 1. This is a original matrix A. Minus 1, 3, 1, 1. So we can write it as sin 2 multiplied by A. So we have proved that 2 into sin A is equal to sin 2 multiplied by A. Now this is true in terms of angle, but this is not true in terms of matrices. But here for this matrix A, it is proved that 2 into sin A is equal to sin 2 multiplied by A. So in next lecture we will see next example. Thank you very much.